For today's video, I want to talk about Vengeful Servant, which is an equipped spell card that was printed in Crimson Crisis in 2009. This is its single printing in common. As a common, it has never seen any competitive play, and that's basically it. What the card effect reads, it says, when the control of the equipped card changes, deal damage to the new controller equal to its damage. So, as you might have guessed, yes, this is an FTK enabler. I will explain a quick example of how this card works. Say you equip Vengeful Servant to Bloom. Bloom right here, the lady here. And then control of Bloom switches because your opponent uses Snatch Seal and targets Bloom. So they take Bloom. They will take damage equal to Bloom's original attack. Say she has 1,500 attack, so the opponent will take 1,500 damage. What does that mean? It means we have to give our opponent enough monsters, or give a monster a number of times to our opponent to kill them. I will demonstrate how this will work. So what we need for the combo, basically we need one level 6 ignite, one level 4 ignite, one level 6 ignite, and any other ignite. This can be really any other. I'm just using Crusader because it's a hollow and it looks nice. So yes, you basically need the a level 6 and a level 4 ignite, or any way to get to a level 9 synchro and a level 5 synchro. So basically that's it. So these, I mean, they don't have to specifically 6 and 4, but you need to get to a level 6 and a level 9 synchro and a level 5 synchro. Now the combo is actually really simple. You scale level 6 at level 4, pop them to add Sublimation Knight. Sublimation Knight, normal summon effect, equips Squeak Knight from deck. Squeak Knight's effect to unequip itself, special summon it. Don't use the on field effect. Use these two to summon Isold. Isold on summon effect. Add a counter scale. Scale it to scales. Perform a Pendulum Shokan. Special summoning level 6 and level 4. Now use Isold's effect, sending Vengeful Servant, Mark the Rose, and Durandal. The Durandal doesn't matter. This doesn't have to be Durandal, but it can be literally anything else. But I'll just use it. But these two, you always have to send these two. Mark the Rose is probably one of the reasons FTK even works, and Vengeful Servant, of course, the main star of this deck. So we summon Arborea. The reason we play Arborea is because if you hard draw Arborea, let's say we did hard draw Arborea, so we don't Pendulum summon yet. Special Arborea, you just use Isol's effect anyway to send 3, and then you special ignite, the level 3 ignite, or you can send 4 and special level 4 ignite, and then you can, so basically say we summoned Squire right here, and then you can link these two off into Hulk. The Hulk target you summon here, and then you can Pendulum summon, so it's basically the same thing. So just Pendulum summon one step later, but this is how we're going to do it right now. So back to the field. Now we're gonna use these two to add Renaud. Now we're gonna use Renaud's in hand to add back Mark the Rose. This is in hand. Now we're gonna use Isold and Arborea for Hulky Fibrex, specialing Violon Cube. Now we're gonna use Violon Cube and a level 6. Summon Violon Alpha, and now you're gonna use Alpha Chainlink 2, Cube Chainlink 1. Where's my cube? It's right here. Yes, we're gonna add Vengeful Servant, and we're gonna equip a Vengeful Servant from Graveyard, which is Alpha's effect. Alpha can equip spell card to itself from the graveyard, so we're gonna equip Vengeful Servant to it. We're going to equip the other Vengeful Servant we have in hand. Now we're going to use Renaud and the level 4 Ignite. Summon Garden Rose Maiden. We're going to use Garden Rose Maiden's effect to add Black Garden. Now, you activate Black Garden here. You use Hulky Fibrex and Garden Rose Maiden. Summon the Transverser. Now use Black Garden's effect to summon a token to your opponent's side of the field into the main monster zone, into the middle monster zone, that's what I mean. Main monster zone, middle monster zone, right here. Now, Transverser points to Alpha and Bloom, right here. So now if you use Transverse effect, that means Alpha's control will switch to your opponent. They will take 2 times the damage, the attack of Alpha as damage, which is 2200. It's impossible to read. Now what you do is you activate a Mark of the Rose. Mark of the Rose basically banishes the planet from grave to target a monster on the opponent's side of the field, and then steal it. So we steal back the Violent Alpha, but Mark of the Rose has a downside, which is in this case an upside. It negates its own effect during the end phase. So when you move to the end phase, Violent Alpha will go back to your opponent since Mark of the Rose is negated. So they will once again take 4,400 damage. Also, you take 4,400 damage when you steal it, but it's not really important since now your opponent in the end phase is dead. So yes, your opponent has successfully been FTK'd. For a deck profile of this deck really is... So, once you've seen the combo, you might have already imagined, this is the Warrior combo. So Warriors have a lot of good cards to search for. We are using normal monsters, which is also really good. And don't forget, Ignites search themselves, so if you have 5 Ignites in hand, you can... It's FTK. 5 Ignites in hand is FTK in this deck. So, rarely is there a deck that can have 5 normal monsters in hand and say it's an FTK. So of course, since we want to draw level 6s, we play 3 of each level 6, we play 3 of each level 4. I mean, I don't have to really explain them, I just use them. And then I play 2 Squires, since it's you can use it with the Painful spell card to search it. And then we play 1 Crusader, and then just names. These are just names. You can search these with Summoner's Art, you can search these with the Painful one, and this is just a opposite scale to this one, so yeah. Also, if you draw have a level 3 or level 5, you can technically still combo. For that, you need Fireflint Lady. Fireflint Lady boosts one of these guys 1 level, and then you can summon just the same synchro monster by boosting it to 1 level. That's why I said basically you only need access to level 9 synchro and a level 5 synchro, so it really doesn't matter if you have a level 4 or level 6 ignite or any of these. So technically you can also draw these, but it's just easier to memorize with a level 4 and a level 6. And you need 1 less card in hand if you draw these, because you technically need to search this as well, and if you don't have a way to search this, then it's technically not FTK. So yes. So of course you play 2 Sublimation Knight. You can technically play 3, but 1 is enough. 2 is enough. You don't really need to draw this. You just search it. We play 1 Renault. You don't really need to draw it either. You won't just search it. Cube, of course, at 1, Arborea, and then we'll play 3 Servants. The reason I play the 3 is because if you can't pull off the original combo, there is possibly a way where you can just equip 3 Servants to a monster and then still combo. That hasn't happened to me yet, but I still recommend playing 3 of this since this is the main card in your deck. Maybe if you can't you equip 3 Vengeful Servants and then play around Nibiru as well. If you find a way of that, please let me know. I'm open for new ideas. Play 3 Durandal since basically it's a Rota. Once you normal summon a guy, you can basically search the other scale you're missing, or you can just search Fireflint Lady, for example, if you need the Fireflint Lady. It's just a good way to extend. Of course, you play Mark of the Rose, it's necessary. It's also a really good card in case you have to go second or something, and you can summon the Black Rose Maiden, and then still put it in grave, and you can basically steal any monster from your opponent's side of the field. It baits and negate, I guess, but it's not that good in practice. But in theory it's good, but in practice not really that good. I play Living Fossil. That's also good to bring back Squeak Knight. So if you have access to a Living Fossil, you can bring back Squeak Knight to also boost the monster by 1, like Fireflint Lady. It's basically the same thing. Then we play Rota, of course, since it basically searches any of the lower guys. Also search Renault or Fireflint Lady. So this can replace a scale effect. We play 3 Summoner's Art to search high level guys, 3 Painful Decision to search the low level guys, and Blight Garden. Yeah, Blight Garden is necessary to the FTK because you need a monster to put on your opponent's side of the field, else you can't use Transverser. And if you can't use Transverser, then you're lost. For the extra deck, So I don't have a fleshed out extra deck. These are just the necessary cards. I didn't test this deck fully, and I don't own all the cards. I will put a deck list that I have tested with on Dueling Book in the description. But else, these are necessary cards. You've already seen this. I've already explained their usage. And that's pretty much it for Vengeful Servant. So yes, Vengeful Servant probably as a card has still a lot of potential to be even better. If you can make this combo while playing through hand traps, it will even be better. Cards like these always go unknown. So make sure that you go through your block, read all old cards, look at how cool his artwork is. This effect is actually really insane. It's funny if you pull this off. You rarely see anyone pulling off Vengeful Servant. This is not a well-known card. Has never seen competitive play, so please let me know if any other cards that have the same effect have same energy. So everyone, thank you for watching.